shout out to Hoops Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoops Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoops Jargon. Shout out to
Hoops Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. Shout out to the great Kendrick Perkins always. Now working on getting Perk on the show, man. So y'all keep your eyes open for that. I reached out to some of these people, so they said they will pass the information to him. So who knows, man? I might have Kendrick Perkins on the show in the near future. Wouldn't that be dope? We ain't here about Kendrick Perkins right now. We here about the Dallas Cowboys. And thank y'all who've been supporting the show, man. It's just me, Rich, Darron. We just got together and did this podcast just because it needs to be a lot more objective Cowboy talk out here. Personally, I live out here in LA, and I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all some annoying Cowboy fans. So, but if you're a Cowboy fan, you're a friend to me. And I just want to bring this to this space with so many knowledgeable brothers that I know, these two in particular. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring the great sports Morpheus, Richard Walker up. What's up, bro?
What's up? Man, dude, you hit the nail on the head, man. We have Cowboys fans and we have Cowboys affiliates. So fans know. Fans have been there. Fans were there when we won in 15. Fans was there when we won three Super Bowls, 3 out of 4 Super Bowls. Fans been there through Clint Sterner and Chad Hutchinson and all that crap. Fans been there through Tony Romo, now through Dak Prescott. Affiliates are the ones who hang around when it's convenient. And it's a whole lot of them. So they're not to be confused. Cowboys fans from Cowboys affiliates. So
thank you.
Just to take that distinction, that clarification for those of y'all that don't know the difference. The people that annoy the hell out of all the other football fans are the affiliates, not the Cowboy fans. So don't get us confused with them.
Facts. And that's just what it is, man. We stand on that 10 toes down, man. Shout out to KTS Comp. Quick on the draw. Appreciate you, brother, for tuning in and the brother just joined the channel, man. I had a video about this kid named Robert Dillingham. He left Jeff McGinnis' school in North Carolina. He's actually the first signee to Kanye West's Donda Academy out here in California. That's a 5-star kid. That's dope. That's a big story. Nobody's reporting right now, but your boy put it out there first, doggone.
Yes.
Shout out to KTS Coop, man. Yeah. Well, anywho, I know Darren's running a little late, but we going, the show must go. So let's do some recapping, man. Last week, we put foots in them Eagles. Mm-hmm. You know what time it is. I think the score was a little higher than all of us imagined.
Yeah, definitely more scoring. And honestly, got one touchdown taken away because that was another touchdown where Dak reached over the goal line. So,
oh my goodness,
that was horrible officiating. So it really should have been 48-21. But they put on an absolute clinic last week. The offense was just doing what they want when they feel like it against the Eagles. It was really bad. So I think they're for a different matchup this week, but they took advantage of every opportunity that the Eagles gave them last week, and they exploited them big time.
D Brown in the building. What's up, man?
What up?
Hey now. What's up, fellas? What's up? It's Cowboy Sunday. Y'all know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. And he in Dallas. In Dallas, Cowboy Sunday, man. You know it's gonna be nuts around the city.
It's Cowboy Sunday. Yeah, it's going down. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing well, man.
Good.
Yeah. We were just recapping yesterday, and Rich was lamenting about how we put on the clinic. And now all of a sudden, everybody want to say that, y'all ain't played nobody. But before the game, Jalen Hurts going to do this. Jalen Hurts going to do that. It's funny how, once we go in when we perform well, man, how the sentiment changes. Are we supposed to do that? All of a sudden, we supposed to have this defense with the most turnovers in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what I mean? But, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's what you sign up for, being a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, that's right. But we all three of us know that's what you get. Like you said, it comes with the territory. You actually bring up something I wanted to segue into that I damn sure wanted to bring up. So, in looking at this matchup today, the Panthers have some pretty impressive team stats. I think they're number one third down
run
defense.
defense.
They're pretty high
Yeah.
ranked defensively, what have you. And then you look at, you just brought up the point, like, who have they played? Actually, I don't think they I know for a fact they've not seen an offense like what they're going to see today. They gave up, 14, 7, and 9 points in the 3 games that they played. I can tell you with certainty that they're not going to hold Dallas to 14 points. So, they're going to get tested today. I mean, I like these types of games because now we're at the quarter pole. It's going to start to bring some clarity as to the identity of what teams are, especially when you're talking about. I like Carolina's makeup. I think they've got 2 good coordinators. I think Rule's a solid coach. But they're gonna get tested today from probably one of the more dynamic offenses in football, and and we'll see some of the things. Now I know there's no McCaffrey today, thank God, but hey, if you take it where you get him, and I'll take that one.
Yeah, all day.
But Brady's got Brady and Rule have got Darnold playing well. Darnold looked like a world beater against Dallas when he was with that. We remember that night, man. So hopefully they got some of those people that were here remember that and get after him a little bit. But I think it's gonna be the same formula: balance, press the quarterback, take the ball away, and start fast. If they can come out with those opening drives, create the balance like they showed last week. I'm not saying they don't have a problem, but I think Dallas have to work really hard to let this one get away from them if they do what they are starting to.
In years previous, we've done a world-class job of that, but I don't see that happening this year. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, it's, to your point, from every perspective that you look at it, the Cowboys had the advantage today. You look at the matchup between the offensive line and their D-line. Don't get me wrong. Carolina's got an impressive front seven, but I don't think they match up well with our offensive line. I think that on the other side of the ball, there's going to be some opportunity to give Sam Darnold some real problems today without having McCaffrey. Because it's pretty much like taking the alternator out of a car when you take that guy out of their offense. He catches passes out of the backfield. He runs. He's the motor that drives their offense. So you take that away, I don't even know who the hell they're starting. They probably went to the taco stand in the stands and got some dude there and put him in and run back. I don't know who the hell they're playing today, but that's going to slow their offense down. They're not a high-powered team with Sam Darnold as quarterback anyway, so that's a huge advantage that we need to exploit. We need to blitz the living hell out of Sam Darnold all day long. Force him to try and beat us with his arm, which I don't think he's capable of again. And yes, I remember the Sam Darnold debacle last time, but I don't think in this offense, in this system, I can't see him beating us with his arm today if they just continue to apply pressure on him. So look for a big day for our secondary again. Look for them to continue to try to create turnovers. Diggs is playing on another level right now.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be a thing. And then, of course, as you mentioned, the balance, the running the football, getting back to basics, run the ball. That will then open things up for Dak, for him to have opportunities to make things happen with the passing game. And if I'm correct, are we getting a receiver back today from injury?
Gallup?
Are we getting Gallup back today?
I didn't hear about.
You know what? I don't know.
Okay.
I
check on that. I couldn't remember.
A hater has arrived. Jason Zimmerman. A hater has arrived. Said, "Go."
Hater has arrived.
Hey, give me
It'll be a long day for you, bro.
Why the Panthers gonna get us,
Rich,
man? I want to hear this.
Yeah, Rich, about the about blitzing the hell out of him. You know what I'd really like to see ultimately? I like to see him go after him in spots just to keep him balanced. But I really would like to see Dallas's front four win and create that pressure, because if you and this is just just looking at what Sam Darnold's been to this point, and I think Brady's done a better job of bringing him along and not him taking a chance. But I think if Dallas's front four can get home and he forward coverage, it's going to create that and you're making him read and throw into coverage
Yep.
with with the way Dallas covered.
That is not his thing.
Right. That's going to increase the opportunity. By the way, I think you might give him a chance if you blitz. Go for that busted coverage, that breakdown, because some reason or another that shit had problem covering crossing routes underneath with tight ends.
Yeah.
So you kind of open that stuff up. So if they can get home with a front four, especially from the inside rush, if my man Osi keeps being disruptive from that tackle spot, and you know what I mean, and force him into quick throws and coverage, then I think I'm going to take it all the way.
All good breakdowns, and before you go, Rich, I want to say, man, get those likes up, man. I see the audience is building, man. So this is what this show gonna do, man. And Rich is gonna work on getting us a former Cowboy on the show too. So we gonna be tight about the names until we get them on here. This is gonna be a dope show. I'm telling you, it came from just an afterthought and just turned into something, man. So y'all hit that like button right now to keep this going, so we can get better production on this bad boy. Go ahead. Yeah,
like and share. Like and share. Like I said, I of course, we know our history, so we're fans. We're not affiliates. I made the distinction earlier. So again, this is one of those situations where we can't get too cute. We can't try to do things that are out of the realm of our game. So Mike McCarthy, if you're listening, put all the extra fancy stuff away today. Fundamental Cowboy one-on-one football.
You sound like Darron.
Solid conservative game planning. None of the Lucky Whitehead bullshit. Let's just run the
Lucky
football.
Whitehead bullshit.
The Lucky Whitehead bullshit. None of that. Let's run the football. Let's play good, solid, fundamental football. Let's focus on keeping Sam Darnold at bay. And we're going to be just fine. I think they have an opportunity to really blow this game open, especially if they get some turnovers.
Well, I'm going to say this, man, because I don't want to be forgetting about how we were in the past, man. And when we had no gadget stuff, we were so predictable, man. It was Zeke twice, Dak throw on third down, and we was off the field. So I do like the gadget stuff. But to Darren's point, it's a good balance where you know who you are, continue doing what we do well, which is run the ball. And I'm with that too. I'm just with mixing up a little bit because I remember how frustrating it was. But 3 years ago, we had the Dak-friendly offense when we had Tavon.
They call it the Dak and Dunk.
Oh my God, it was an eyesore, man. It was a freaking eyesore. Now, granted, Zeke was out sometime, but we were just so predictable, man. And so I remember those days pretty vividly. So I don't want to not put the gadget stuff in, but in its right time. Like Darron always says, man, don't get too cute. I'm with that. I'm with that line thinking. I just don't want to disavow it at all because I remember them days, man. We had none of that. Lucky Whitehead, shout out to Lucky, man. Lucky Whitehead gonna be the mascot of the show.
You gotta get Lucky on the show one of these days, man. I'm gonna tell them about this shit, man.
But you know what, Cliff? I'll say this. I'm not against like some of the gadget stuff. I'm specifically against gadget stuff behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I want to see gadget stuff like that tight end screen to show. I love that play. Or the Jargon. I want to see the stuff like in the flat, a wheel route to either Ezekiel Elliott or Tony Pollard. I like that stuff. The double reverses or the halfback tosses, to the receiver and that type of shit, or the hit screen, whatnot. I'm behind the line of scrimmage, especially when you're getting 4 to 5. A tote handling between the tackles, which sets up that play action. Exactly.
How you like that?
Exactly.
How you like that play?
It drives me crazy when we run an in and around inside the 10-yard line. What the hell are you doing?
When you get predictable, that's what you look at. We're gonna turn around. We're gonna get this hammer. We're gonna let these dudes run between tackles. And I mean, sometimes you got to get predictable. In the red, with what they got up front and those two backs that they have, and the tight end options that they got, because tight ends are huge in red. You get predictable in the red zone, but
use your
I like some of the stuff. Right, use your toolbox. Just Just don't get crazy with it behind the line.
Use the right
I thought what he
tools.
called last week was brilliant though. That play action fake to Zeke, and then they look opposite field and went back to Zeke. I thought that was brilliant, especially given the time of the game when they sitting on that. You know, so now to your point though, that one was like, oh yeah, that you run that shit. But some of that, you know, like I say, backfield stuff, I'm with you. I'm with you. I ain't gonna argue with you on that.
Yeah, that's the hotline shit. Yeah. Now, what the Dallas cannot do is don't get comfortable early, because he does have a weapon outside in DJ. And you know, if you bust a play or two against him, or you know, with him on the field, it's gonna be an issue. And so I would like to see them start. I would like to see him start fast, but particularly with a cat that I think we all three feel like if Sam Darnold is, you know, behind the proverbial A-ball, then that plays in Dallas' hands. If you let him get comfortable, or if he's comfortable late like he was in the Jets debacle, then you're asking for it, right? Because, you know, if you remember,
I ain't gonna lie.
If he got comfortable early, you know, he had all kinds of confidence going into the third, fourth quarter of that game, and they end up losing. So more than anything, that's why I think that, you know, committing to that run game early and snap balance, where they can work play action, off of that, and ball control. That's just good old ball control.
Man, that's an old woman, man. That game was so embarrassing.
I was about to turn my Cowboys gear. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was almost
yes, it was.
I was like, the Jets?
I remember we took that pain in the Jargon soda. It was.
Yeah, us Cowboys fans took a beating that week. We took a beating that week. Not the affiliates, but the fans. We got ass kicked that week.
Hey, man, we lost twice.
They were 0-up, right? They were 0-7, right? They hadn't won a game. They were like 0-7.
That week we lost the game and we lost the fan battle.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Of course, the affiliates were nowhere to be found, but fans, we got our asses whooped on social media. That was bad. That was bad. Well, what do you say to that, man? I mean, we lost to the damn Jets. The lowly Jets.
You gotta take that pain, man.
Right. Was Adam Gates their coach there?
Yeah, Adam Gates was their coach. Yes. Yeah.
Nothing to say.
I bet he got a game ball in a locker in his house somewhere for that game.
Permanent parking spot.
That was one of his highlights of his career as a coach.
All right, we got a few hater comments I want to address.
Boy,
y'all remember what happened last time we wore our blue colored waves in Dallas? All right, y'all ain't got Christian McCaffrey today, so I don't give a shit what happened last time.
Yeah, y'all come out there in gator skin. It don't matter today. Y'all come out there in y'all TD Jakes uniforms. It don't even matter.
It don't matter. Y'all about to get
it don't matter today.
Shout out to Antisocial Socialite podcast, man. Good sister, right
Appreciate
there.
the love.
All right, so between the game sports heads, what y'all think about Jerry saying the NFL needs to have the same lingo for all of plays? He thinks NFL will be better for it.
No, that's ridiculous. Everyone has their own terminology.
He said, what do you think about Jerry saying the NFL needs the same lingo for all plays? He thinks the NFL will be better for it. So basically, like, no these, masking coverages. Well, I'm sorry, calls, rather. Everybody needs the same lingo for all the plays.
That's ridiculous.
No.
Everyone has their own terminology, their own systems, their own ways of communicating things. That's part of strategy. That's part of the X's and O's. Why the hell would we use the same version as everyone else?
How boring would the league be if everybody was saying Omaha like Peyton? What the fuck is that?
Right, yeah.
I mean, come on. Yeah, come on, man. That's enough. The genius is devising schemes that that you got other teams got to prepare for it. So if it's all cookie cutter and same shit, what are we looking at? That's nuts.
Right. It's war games, man. It's the ultimate war game. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to figure out what they're doing. They're trying to figure out how to confuse you into thinking that you're going to do A when you're actually doing X, Y, and Z. That's the whole point of that's one of the things that these offensive coordinators use is the terminology to say, hey, look, I want you to do this instead. I know we planned for this. Now I want you to do this. So you're not going to just go out there and say, hey, you might as well just run on the field or shout from the sideline. Hey, run a wheel instead of a slant. I mean, you're going to do that. That's pretty dumb. Huh? What you say, Coach? You want me to run 5 instead of 7? You want me to run 5 instead of 7? Huh? Hey y'all, he said he want me to run. He want me to run my slant at 3 instead of 5.
Bro, I got a funny story with this. So I'll make it quick. When I was playing ball, we played against Baylor, and this is my senior year. And one of my boys was running the play wrong, and the dude, I forgot his name. I think Rogers was his last name. He was like, "Hey, say, bro, you supposed to be right here for the play." He's like, "Oh," and my boy's like, "Oh shit, my bad, bro." Do the play better.
Lord have mercy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. But
that would be whack.
That takes the competition element away. The defender knows to play better than you. So think about the terminology was exact that you've been saying. Another thing Mark Sanchez said, I thought Mark Sanchez is actually pretty good. He was saying how like some guys take it their pride to decode their terminology. And one was like Picasso. What that meant was a draw play because painters, they draw first. And so it was a draw play. Yeah. So they figured that shit out. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's a good nuance within the game that it has a place for us. I don't know what the hell Jerry talking about. That's when you got too much money and too much goddamn time.
Too much money, too much time, too much alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah.
That Jawaka Blue ain't no puck on game day. Let me tell you. That Jawaka Blue ain't nothing to play with.
Hey, man, look at Jason comment. Say, we got Tony Romo's collarbone. Last case of BOA. Hey, at least you've been an original troll. I got these props.
Thank you for that because you got us closer to Dak.
Hey.
We appreciate that. Yeah. Now, when y'all get Dak Prescott's foot out your ass, you can put that on in the trophy stand too. How about that? There we go.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Thank you. Yeah, you can have a cleat when they take it out. When they take it out y'all ass today.
Thanks. So yeah, speaking of Dak, man, he said the connection was a major key with the tight ends, a major key to success for our offense.
Absolutely.
That's a third down mover right there, always, man.
Yes. And thank God Jason Witten is gone. Thank God Jason Witten is gone.
Man,
I'm glad he's gone.
Boy,
wherever you at, Jason Witten, stay your ass there. Don't even think about trying to come back.
Nah, I mean, both Jargon and Schultz are Dallas' like evolution. That,
he was holding everybody back. Those guys were able to develop because his greedy ass is gone. And I personally think we would have had a shot at developing Rico Gathers if he'd have stepped the hell up.
Man, I want Rico to be good so bad, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I met that kid, man. I'm telling you, I covered this kid, man. When I went out there they had the training camp at Star. I saw him again at the Hall of Fame game. I saw him again when they played the Texans.
What you mean by cover, Rich? Because everybody don't know. You talking to a member of the press here, Rich.
No, we actually cover. I'm a writer. I'm with the Football Writers Association. I got boots on the ground on this. It's not with some Dixie and talking bullshit here. So I'm actually out there covering. Pre-pandemic out there covering. All these NFL teams. So I had some extensive work. Out there observing, and like I said, I think that Rico Gathers had the potential. He was the one that got away, and we never had a chance to actually develop him because Jason, he commanded so much of the attention in the offense that he never got those opportunities to really develop, and he didn't try to work with him. He was a lousy teammate, from what I hear. Not a good locker room guy or anything like that. He wasn't willing to, pass on further knowledge to the next generation. He was always worried about himself and his own stats. So, Jason's in the house, man.
I had to say that so they can put some respect on your name, Rich. This is a guy who's covered sports for years, right? For years. So I just had to say that because people on YouTube, I'm gonna say this.
Wrote for Sports Illustrated. Worked with SB Nation. So. Look me up. Google me.
And I want to say this because in the YouTube streets, it's a lot of armchair specialists. You know what I'm saying? And I've covered a few games, through Rich over the years. Mm-hmm. So in a way, I am too. But I just want to, give, flowers to somebody who's been putting work in actually out here reporting on this sport. And that's why you're so tantamount to this show, because we need guys like you who've seen and been behind the scenes. You're not just talking out your ass like you just said. So That's why I want to accentuate that. Let us move on.
All they gotta do is Google the Great Sports Morpheus. It's all out there.
Yeah. And Rich don't bite his tongue out there either, y'all. So
nope.
This is that's why I always gravitate towards him, man. It's been years I've been rocking with Rich, man. So
go ahead, Darren. To extend the point that Richard was making, that I love seeing, and because I was one of the things I was, like interested in seeing develop this year, because even with Jargon getting hurt early, man, Schultz just came on. He's one of the bright spots of that miserable last season, and he really came on. So I was really interested to see, Darwin came back and healthy, how, if they were going to defer to Jargon because he was the, quote unquote income starter, especially with the way Schultz came on. And I'm loving the fact that B is using both of them big time, sometimes together, to create matchup problems. And, the fact that they're open now to using, because now we had the fossil that we had forever in Jason Witten. I mean, he could catch the ball, but there were no explosive plays downfield. He was not a downfield threat anymore. I mean, he could catch the ball. He could even catch the ball not even wide open. But I mean, what was he going to give you? Like that play that scored on last week. There's no way in hell that they had Jason Witten. Jason Witten's on the field. So I love the fact that they're weaponizing both tight ends. Yes. And sometimes even in the same set, man. I like that that part of his head this year. I absolutely love that he's like, you know what? I got two really good tight ends. They're not Kelsey. They're not, some of the like second names here position. But those guys are really pretty damn good, and they fit this offense really well. And he's using them both, and they get a lot of production out of both of them.
Absolutely. And this too, I want to say, I'm glad the culture personality of Jason Witten is gone, because he basically was infallible, man. Like nothing he could do no wrong. And let's go back. We talked about the Saints game we lost a few years back. That was a low score on the Teddy Bridgewater. Jason Witten had the most costly turnover in the game when Dak hit him up the damn seam and he had money to go, bloop, 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 ball out. Nobody blamed Jason Witten, dog. Nobody. It was saying Dak played such a bad game. I'm like, that was a dead to rights damn near score if he had any kind of jets on him. Or at least a big game where we're going to score off that possession. And that came early in the ball game, too, when we had the little chess match going. Like, man, I was tired of his culture personality, man. It's like, Jason Witten can do no wrong. Nah. Get him out of here.
For sure.
Yeah. Good luck to you. I love Jason Witten, but nah, brother. Late iteration of him, nah. I'm good. And you see Las Vegas ain't keep him past the season either, man. It's time to just.
I won't speak names, but he's got some notable teammates that probably wouldn't piss on him to put him out if he was on fire.
Damn.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Like he was not well received, and I'm not talking about dudes that barely made the team either. I'm talking about some notable guys that like nobody messed with Jason Witten, man. And to be honest, everybody else keeps forget he was the one who was a major part of the reason that we lost T.O. also. He was him
in the locker room. Yeah.
Right, in the locker room, him running back, running back and fabricating stuff and all this other kind of stuff. Not to go into too much detail because I respect, the stuff that I hear because I don't put people's business out there. But that dude was a disruptive force in that locker room, and he created a lot of bad PR for T.O. and a lot of it wasn't true. And so this stuff gets back to Jerry, and it seems like there's just major disruption in the locker room, and it's not factual. It's just he didn't have a liking for the guy.
It's crazy.
Y'all are touching on something, man. You and Richard, you and Cliff both are touching on something that I'm seeing. Because Rich, you've been covering this because you've been watching football a long time. Teams take on a personality over the course of the season, and the fun part of it is how it develops. Over that. I mean, you see certain more games where it's like, okay, you point back to this game that this is a kind of defining moment, good or bad. But one of the things I'm liking about this squad, like I said, now that we at the quarter pole, and you got an item of solid vets, but really hungry, talented youngsters.
Right.
This team it's starting to look like cohesive.
Right.
They don't have the divisiveness. I mean, They've all bought into the fact that that's the leader of the squad. And you know what? I'll even give Zeke some credit, because Zeke had a real opportunity to be an asshole with this situation.
Right.
You know, I really don't think that's talked about or him being credited that enough. You know, given his profile, given his paycheck, and all of that, you know, Zeke has had multiple opportunities to be our guy. I need to play more, or be sulking on the sidelines. You see him clapping it up when Pollard makes a play. You see him giving his flowers in the post game. You mean all these things. So I just think, like, the whole air of that locker room, seemingly, from my comfortable spot on my GM couch, I like what I'm seeing from this team in terms of, you know what I mean? And it just looks like it's going to continue to develop throughout the year. There's a cohesion about this team, man, that I haven't seen in a really long time. Like, it would be talented, but divisive. And I think that's going to serve them somewhere down the line where you were in a really tight, meaningful game, hopefully, late November, early December, whatever. I just kind of like what I'm starting to see for this team from a personality standpoint and a cohesion standpoint.
I noticed something from this locker room this year, and like I was nervous when they announced it. They say, "Oh God, they're gonna do Hard Knocks. Here comes the foolishness," because they always seem to cover the most dysfunctional team, and they get behind the scenes and show just how really screwed up the team is whenever they do Hard Knocks. But there was none of that.
Right.
Them guys were working. They were serious. They were focused. You saw all of the competition. You saw the intensity. And it was like, man, these guys are football players, man. Like, normally the mantra of the Cowboys is that it's a country club type environment. Everybody there just to put a star in the helmet and be a star and, kind of prance around. And, like, they don't, have that killer instinct. They don't have that will to win. But, like, it was no jackassery on that show this year. So I was like,
Mama, I made it. Mama, I made it.
Right.
Mama, I made it.
Right. That set the tone. I think just this seeing them guys, have that type of personality, even though the camera was on them, like they didn't let that distract them. They just went to work. They got a lunch bucket type mentality right now. And I think it's Dak who's driving that. Dak he's the most influential leader of the Cowboys since Michael Irvin. And he's on the throne, and they are totally bought into him and everything that he believes in, and he's driving them in that direction. So it's good to see them calm down from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Where all the sideshow antics and bullshit is going away. They just focusing on football.
No, I'm with that, man, and shout out to Ghost, man. Loyal loyal subscriber to the channel. Appreciate you, brother. And this is great. Here's a few good things. Darren froze, so hopefully Darren come back. You know how this podcast is for real, because we ain't touched on none of the low-hanging fruit stuff yet. We ain't said Michael Parsons' name once until now. I just did. Because, you know what I'm saying, it's so much to talk about with this team instead of going with the low-hanging fruit, because Michael Parsons is doing a bang-em-up job. But to your point you were just making, what we're seeing now is a shift in the team in two-part harmony. First part harmony is the quietest kept secret was about Dak Prescott. We knew that the stuff that he was made of year one, now it's all to full fruition, where it's his team all the way. Now with none of the side stuff, now with none of the envy from Zeke, it's his team. And this is what we always knew he was made of. Like, this is a young dude who's a leader. Like, he a leader. I'm sorry. Right. We seen bad leaders in the locker room. It's now it's like he's at his full maturation at this point. And when he says the fold moves what he says. He's always been made of the right stuff. Secondly, is something that I see that was always a problem is, when is Zeke going to buy in all the way? When is Zeke going to stop buying into his brand, buying into his lifestyle? And when is he just going to be down with what we doing? Because right now, you see, he ain't doing too much of these days. And he's still in it. He's still in it. And that's a great sign. That means he's reaching for Zeke a level of maturation that's going to help us go forward. So I'm just very excited that we, again, like you say, all the side antics are done. All the how can I put it? The distractions that comes with this thing right here are done, at least for right now.
Right.
And that bodes us well going forward. So now we're not dropping games off a little small stuff. As you know, in a locker room, it won't get reported. But when you're not on the same page, man, those cause for mental lapses, especially in meaningful ball games. And so we're not shooting ourselves in the foot. Again, I know we ain't been playing a world beater schedule, but you only can play who's in front of you. It is what it is. And I'm very proud of what we're doing so far because this leads to long-term success, in my opinion. Shout out to Logan Sullivan, man. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, and even to some degree, they kind of neutralized Jerry's foolishness because, he normally would, say something incredibly stupid. They're creating a lot of buzz. So, I got to give him a little bit of credit. Like, he's managed to stay away from the headlines, too.
Yeah.
And he himself is a major distraction sometimes. Like, you never know what our owner is going to say when they put a microphone in front of him. But, I think I don't know how he done it, but I think, Dak's influence kind of has something to do with that also.
I just think Dak.
It's refreshing to hear
hell yeah.
Cowboys reports about football.
Yeah. And not effery. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think Dak's influence light is shining brighter than anybody else on our franchise right now. And that's a good thing because Dak has never been, and I always tell this analogy, man. When I knew what Dak was and what Zeke were, going to a Cowboys football game, we played Baltimore at Texas, AT&T Stadium.
AT&T, yeah.
After the game, we went to the club. And in the club, this was when they both were rookies. Dak and Zeke were in the club. Dak was in VIP. He was, him just stoic, just chilling, just kind of enjoying being with his teammates. And our boy Lucky was there. Lucky Whitehead was in the building. But Zeke was with the shits, man. Zeke was down there in the regular part with his hoodie on, just vibing, like kicking it. And my thing is, dog, don't you know you in Dallas, dog, you are the future of this team, and you just kicking it out here in the regular population, which that's Zeke though. That's Zeke. Zeke ain't he a dude who can handle his own. He's a pretty big, short guy. I say short, he's 6 foot. But I'm 6'7", so
we tower over him. Yeah, I met him in Orlando.
Yeah, he little to me, but you just saw like literally fire and ice as far as the personalities. And Dak is just like, hey man, I'm here back. I got a future to protect. Zeke is like, man, whatever come my way, come my way. He having a good time. So you just see that come now for 5 years later, where like these are grown men now. They're not 2 young boys, from a manhood standpoint. And it's just cool to see that Zeke has reined it back and Dak has been who he's always been. And now he has the full control over the franchise. You got the Jason Witten shadow gone. You got the Jerry Jones shadow gone for now.
You got the Tony Romo. The Tony Romo dream is over.
Yes. I forgot about that part of it.
Yeah.
Oh man. The Romo section.
There was a significant group of Cowboys affiliates who just couldn't seem to wrap their head around the fact that Tony Romo wasn't the guy no more.
Me being a Kobe guy for the Lakers, I had to accept a long time ago, man, the unfortunate demise of Kobe. Even before then, I had to understand Kobe ain't coming out that locker room no more.
Right.
And especially when LeBron came, I had to understand that the dynamic has changed.
Right.
I cannot hold on to Kobe. And y'all Romo fans, I get it. But y'all got to let it go, man. But y'all see now, I mean, y'all were hanging y'all hats on Dak's development, so that way you can make an argument that, Tony was there, but now Dak is balling his ass off.
And let me go ahead
and little piece of dirt over that coffin.
Let me go ahead and just give a fair warning to the Romo-mantics. He ain't going into the Hall of Fame as a player. So don't whine, don't complain, don't say it's unfair. I don't want to hear the bullshit. He's on the ballot for the first time this year. Let me make it very clear for you. We had the little bouncy ball thing like they do on Sesame Street. Tony Romo is not a NFL Hall of Famer. Period. You understand this? He may go in as a contributor because he's a damn good analyst, but he will not go into the Hall of Fame as a player. He did not have a Hall of Fame career. He got 2 damn playoff wins. Stop talking about Tony Romo being in the Hall of Fame. It ain't gonna happen. Let me go ahead and kill that right now.
Myself. That's sacrilegious to a lot of Cowboy fans, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. A lot of non-black Cowboy fans who just don't want to give Dak a fair shake, man. Because there's some non-black.
Really, man, is that a thing?
Huh? What'd you say, Dan?
No, I said that really a thing.
Yeah.
What? Romo?
Like the push for Romo to be in the Hall as a player.
A push for Romo.
It's gonna be big when he don't make the semifinals. As you know, when they narrow it down to semifinals. Watch the affiliates go nuts. Bro, watch them pull out their number 9 jerseys and cry and complain.
Bro, they still think he can play right now. I've seen people say Brady's still playing.
There's some grown men out there right now who said Tony Romo should still be playing. He's 41.
There's a group called diehard Romo fans. They got the picture on their banner of our 3 receivers and Romo cropped over Dak on the sideline. Like they still in their minds think he is an NFL player.
Right.
No bullshit.
Man, I'm glad I haven't seen that, and I was a huge Romo fan, but I mean, a football fan above that. I mean,
let it go.
No, I'm just saying it's like, man, why? We 5 years removed that.
Yeah.
5.
Let it go.
Like why? Why?
They won't let it go.
For some reason, I've not seen that. I'm not saying that's crazy. I mean, like this kid that has. I mean, he worked out. I mean, he's not like a wait to the next guy. I mean, he became has come and is, I think, still above it, into a really good franchise quarterback. And I mean, go look at the luck of other franchises who haven't had a damn quarterback in a decade. I mean, but to be holding on to this cat and he's fighting, not to mention, I'm like, in what body is he going out there to remotely compete in?
Right.
Well, I'm telling you though,
he's broke up. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Still out there. That's fucking nuts.
I'm gonna say this, and again, you know me in real life. I'm not no race baiting kind of dude. I'm really not. But I noticed that there's a certain faction of Cowboy fans that do this. Cowboy affiliates. And again, it's non-black Cowboy affiliates who want to see a non-black quarterback behind center. And Romo to them is that golden boy that they want to see behind center. And what I see is it don't matter what Dak does, they still want to throw this Romo stuff. I said this last stream. I literally seen them want to bend DiNucci. They say, "Oh, but DiNucci look like he'd be a great guy out there." You know, since number 4 can't get it done. I'm like,
man, I told you I will be. No, let me tell you something. I'll be 55 years old in 3 weeks. Y'all, I will see a 55-year-old man whoop somebody's ass. I will box him up in the street. I promise you shit. And I will lay hands. I still got the hands. I will lay hands on the dude behind Ben DiNucci in front of Dak Prescott. That is the biggest piece of bullshit I have ever heard in my life. But
these conversations go on, Darren.
Hold on now, Cliff. Now, understand that whole sentiment, you know, and Richard will really appreciate this reference I'm about to drop. Bro, I was here when, like, Reggie Collier was getting like last when they threw Reggie Collier to the wolves against the 85 Bears, right? So that has been there with the non-black cat under center here down for a long time, and that's like woven in the fabric. So I'm not cognizant of the sentiment. I have heard it as much in the last couple of years as far as still holding on to him with regard to what Dak's doing now. Like, not to say he's forgotten entity, but his days as a player in a couple uniforms. That shit's got to go, man.
They went nuts when Dak broke his foot last year. There was a significant amount of these Cowboy affiliates, and they were like, "We need to get Romo back out. We need to get come on."
What?
Yeah, what the hell is Romo gonna do? Dak on one foot better than Romo right now.
Man.
Now and then on that, He's in the middle of a lucrative broadcast deal. He put on a suit. He sit down and call games. You think he's going back out there? And he ain't been working out or training. And he played ball in how many years?
What did he get?
They actually thought that Romo was going to consider coming back to play for the Cowboys last year when Dak got hurt. Hey, are you kidding me?
And getting 115 plus of CBS's money?
Is that hello?
Idiotic.
Absolutely.
And he does nothing. He put on wingtips and a suit and go talk about and call games.
Absolutely.
He's a hell of an analyst. So I love listening to him call football games. He's phenomenal. I've never heard anybody like him before.
No doubt.
I think he is going into the Hall of Fame as an analyst, but as a player, that shit ain't gonna happen.
No.
Well, and here's the deal too, man. Like, go ahead, Darron.
No, I'm just echoing. I said, and it should. It absolutely should. And like I said, I was a big Romo fan. No.
And again, we talking about cult of personality. He had a very strong cult of personality over as well. And people, if you remember, I remember. See, people got this recency bias problem where they don't remember things in full context. I do, because I was just screaming my head off at the affiliates. You remember when Dak was struggling like year 2 and 3 a little bit, not accounting for Zeke being out, in those games he had wilding out.
Right. Sure.
But they were saying, oh, well, Dak is struggling because Romo not by his side no more, giving him all the plays. And I do remember that shit. How do you think this stuff works? How do you think this works, man? There's a learning curve for every quarterback.
Yes.
Doggone it. And nobody started their damn rookie year.
Peyton Manning had a sophomore jinx. Like, it happens.
That's why it's a thing. That's a thing. People are going to scheme you out of what you do well. To my man Jason's point, Dak really impressed me because he used to run more at Mississippi State.
Yes.
I ain't know the game could trace it. Yes.
Yes.
They're going to take it away. So what else can you do? That's when Dak started developing his arm. Remember, he did Dak at first. Then he started to trust his arm, trust his receivers. Like,
learn how to read. Yeah. He really learned how to sit back and analyze the defense. And then he gets real comfortable, you'll see he'll change the plays at the line. He wasn't doing that year 1 and 2. He'll change things up. Right. So
but
his evolution.
But you guys know,
evolution as a quarterback is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been, and this year, he was week 5. So what's beautiful about this, though, and we've all watched enough football to know this, and I'll give the organization a little bit of credit, is that now he is in year 3 of more system. So he's in a system that he's allowed to evolve in. So there's some continuity there. So because now you see it. I mean, he is completely comfortable in this system, in this offense. I mean, he knows where all his checks are. There's no panic. And we saw in year 1 through 3 that if you basically like blitz that, it was dicey. That was to be expected because he was a blasphemy quarterback. He's now been in a system that he's allowed to grow in and gotten to learn. So there's dialogue. There's like this instinctive trust with him and more. And now he's completely comfortable. And now he's out there running the show. And like we touched on last week, I think it was huge for the organization, even though it was a little later than when we would have liked. But to step up and pay the man and make him the face of the franchise, he is the guy. Now there's like this like, okay, I'm that guy, and now they're reaping the benefit. And I hope we all hope that it ends like we want it to end.
I think Jerry Jones was one of the last ones to let go of Tony Romo too. I don't care what they say. I was part of it. He finally had to let Romo go.
I don't doubt that for a second.
That's his surrogate son, man.
I don't doubt that for a second.
Same.
And I'm gonna say this too, man. I know the cliche police gonna come pick me up, but the game is just slowed down for Dak, man. Like, it is because your checks, where the heat coming from, everything that is. You've seen everything at this point, and not only have you seen it, you can anticipate it. And that's when, again, that's the natural development of a quarterback. About 4 years is what it takes to just see everything, to feel everything. You've been schemed, you've been scouted so hard. Now it's like, all right, I know who I am. Right. I'm not going to try to step outside myself. I'm not afraid of my arm. I'm not afraid of my legs. And that's what we're seeing right now with Dak. It's like a perfect renaissance of a quarterback that's literally done everything. When we talking 2 years ago, everybody, oh, well, he throwing all these yards, but we down 2 scores. Oh, that's well, yeah, he got an arm, but that passer rating don't count because they ain't in the games. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now his passer rating is down. His QBR rather, his QBR's down. But if you watch the football game, he has control over everything. Everything. So come on, man. But I like it though, man, because it's always gonna be a shell game.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I know. I said it definitely slowed down for him, man. Because I mean, he not only does he not panic, he's like, oh, y'all coming at me this way. Now he's like, oh, okay. So now I know exactly how I'm going to exploit what you're trying to do to me. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, he's more proactive against pressure now than he's ever been versus reactive. You know what I mean?
We on third down.
That's what you see.
Facts.
Yeah, that's where you're seeing the real growth. I mean, like, you know, he's like, okay, he'll recognize the coverage. He'll call it. You know, they'll change that to line, which I'm loving to seeing that shit. And then he'll make the play. It's like, man, this dude has grown big time at a pass. I'm loving it. And you know what? He got room to get better. That's what's live. He got room to get better. So it's like, man, I'm on the 4 train for damn sure.
Yeah. You remember the Russell Wilson comparisons lightly, and then people walked it back. But you think those going to start back up?
Yes. Probably.
Definitely.
I mean, if they, you know, and the bar is going to be. I think Richard would agree with this. The bar, if they continue to have success, and say they're going to put some wins together, have a nice little string, because you know if that happens, the discussion and the conversation about them will get louder, and what have you. Then the expectation, you know, will be put out there. The narratives will get brighter and all that deal. But that bar is going to be the but. You know, because until he leads them to a conference championship, until he leads them to a Super Bowl and win, that's where the conversation is going to be. And you know what? I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I mean, because Wilson finally got done, and that's the standard. So yeah, I hope that's out there. If he hears it, that's what he's pushing for. Then so be it, because that means my team finally gets back after 2.5 damn decades. So yeah, I don't mind that at all. But yeah, that comparison.
Man, why you got to say it like that, man?
There's no good way to say that though, man. I mean,
golly, you made it too real.
I'm a realist, dog. You know. Yeah, 20. Hey, bro. Hey, look.
25.
I was sitting in those stands. 25 years ago. So damn it, I want to go back. Shit. Yeah. Like Richard said, there's no cute way to say that shit, man. It is what the fuck it is. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't sugarcoat shit, man. It is what it is. It's been a long damn time.
Yeah,
man. You know, I didn't have a kid. You know what I'm saying? So shit.
I was in 6th grade.
My kid's almost 25. It's like, God damn. Man, it's been too long.
I'm with that though, man.
Yeah, I'm with it. It's whatever motivation to get them back to this point, I'm with it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
25 years.
It's been a long ride, man.
I was a whole different kind of cat.
You doing what's the score predictions, man?
Yeah, let's get into that. Yeah, segue into that part, man. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Like the stream if you're not done so already, man. It helps.
Like and share.
Hey, man, we retain this audience a lot better, but with anything with consistency, that always goes. And we're going to do this every week. Just know, again, if y'all missed what I said earlier, we're going to have some former NFL players, some former Cowboys on this show, too. So it's going to get better, man. So I appreciate y'all for sticking with us. Because, you know, the first one, you know, it was a little trickle, a bit of y'all in there. But now y'all hanging tough, man, and I really appreciate that. Mr. Albert, there we go.
Man.
Not happy lifetime, fellas. Eagle Nation. Y'all won't.
My God, the dead has arisen.
Y'all been around since like Fred Flintstone got 1 Super Bowl. Stop it. My homeboy's a Cowboy.
Come on, Ryan.
All right, Karen.
You see that comment there?
Good afternoon, good evening.
Get your Karen on, man.
My video.
Now that's funny. He said he gonna call. You gonna call the cops?
He gonna call the police.
That's some real hater stuff right there.
Yeah.
But no, so
I gotta give a shout out, man. Cowboy haters are real creative people, man. I ain't gonna lie.
That's funny,
They come up with some crazy
I like
shit.
that. I like that. See, I hate people say the same old lame jokes, but
I appreciate it. Yeah,
that's funny
because you got the same people that post the same lame memes. Oh, there are 11 children at Texas Stadium and they beating the Cowboys 21-0. That same lame shit.
We lost
the
the
same
bye
one
week.
about the 5 rings. I appreciate creativity, so I love it, man. Y'all keep it going, man. It makes it fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have creative
trash talk.
So I love it. I love it.
Y'all only come out when y'all winning, dude. We've been doing this podcast.
No, I already explained that. Those are affiliates.
Y'all last week.
If anybody says that shit, you know that's bullshit.
You know who they are. They have on the Jordans that match the Dez Bryant jersey. You know what I'm saying? Starts down jeans. So we gonna win it all this year. Those are Cowboy affiliates. We Cowboy fans. We there. Win, lose, or draw. So we know who they are. We call their ass too. We call them just like y'all do.
And I appreciate about Richard and Clem, and this has been consistent through all the years we've been in Hoop Jargon. Man, collectively, man, particularly as fans, we probably 3 of the most critical fans that I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we roast their ass way harder than y'all can even hope to. So like they keep coming with the other shit, but you know, y'all don't roast them motherfuckers when they fucking up tougher than the 3 people, you know, on this deal at all. Yeah. Like we be on that shit, so
I must have been kicked out of at least 20 Cowboy groups. Like for roasting Cowboy affiliates.
Yeah.
Man,
I tear their ass up. I don't care.
Fact. Bro, the last game I went to before I moved here to LA, I was at the Minnesota game. And I met this Cowboy affiliate from San Antonio, and he was blaming Dak for like us losing that game. I was ready to fight that dude, man. Dude, what are you looking at? Dak is balling.
Right.
What the are you looking at?
Yeah. That was one of his best games ever too. Today.
Yeah, that's one of his best games as far as just,
he balled his ass out he balled his ass out that night.
Zeke is why we lost that game, and our doggone lack of freaking discipline, getting them damn penalties while we lost that game.
Right.
And I was like, how can you blame Dak? You kidding me?
Right.
What?
The Green Bay playoff game, man, I got thrown in the Facebook jail. Because I was going hard on their ass.
My man,
the first half, all they were talking this, and it was the same ones. Romo. If we had Romo, when Dak came back on that ass, we really should have won that game if not for the Michael Jackson moonwalker catch by the tight end. You know what I'm saying? That game showed that if nothing else, that showed you what Dak was made of. He struggled. He got his shit back. He brought us back single-handedly into that game, and we really should have won that game.
That dude ain't no quitter, man.
No, he ain't
no quitter, man. Ain't no quitting Dak Prescott, man.
Yeah.
We got the fight in. He damn sure got that fight in.
Yeah.
So I think this one turning out, man.
Yeah, so we got a few more minutes. We keep these about an hour. So score predictions. With no Christian McCaffrey, I say. See, I always catch like 13 flashes in my head first. No, I don't want to go 13. I'm going 13 Panthers, Cowboys 35. My prediction.
Wow.
We're going to smack that ass.
I'll go 3 field goals for the Panthers, so I got Cowboys 28-9.
They'll find a way because I still think there's some coverage leaks that kind of present themselves as part of what Dallas needs to clean up. So they'll give up a drive or a big play in there. I'll go 27-17.
Okay.
27-17.
Yeah.
All right. 27-17. All right, we got them locked in.
Look at this dude.
How y'all gonna score 34 points is my question, sir. What y'all gonna get spotted?
You gonna carry some points over from last week? You gonna borrow something from next week?
You gonna transfer some points? Some rollover minutes?
Hold on, let me put some of these points in my mama name.
Oh, sir. How gonna score 34 points.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Maybe he said the defense gonna score for him, man. So Jason, we gonna light your ass up next weekend if you ain't nowhere close. Just saying, we gonna light your ass up. So yeah, I like these predictions. We gonna stay true to these. And so before we leave, gentlemen, I'll give y'all individual time to say what you got to say. Rich, go ahead and go first.
Just another week in Cowboy land. Now, caution everyone. If we win as we should today, it's going to separate us a little bit more in the NFC East. The Cowboys would be, would it be 4-1? Am I correct? 3-1.
Yes.
3-1. They'd be 3-1.
3-1.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're playing good, conservative, solid football, consistent, solid football. We had the Giants on next week, and then the Panthers, the Patriots after that. So let's not sleep on those teams either, even though they're not great right now. But we're moving in the right direction. Let's just take it one game at a time. Just leave it at that.
That part.
There you go. Love it.
That's solid. I echo the sentiments Richard put out there. Y'all both saw it. I made the post. They 2-1. They play well. They played the Panthers last week. That's it. There's nothing. There's no. I mean, I don't even want to hear the word. I don't even want to hear the word playoffs until after Thanksgiving. I don't want to even hear it. It's a week to week proposition. To stay healthy, keep playing the ball that you've established. Balance on offense, opportunistic on defense. Creating pressure. Play on defense. I'm gonna keep preaching that. When the last time we seen plays being made, they being proactive instead of reactive on defense. They keep that up and handle their business. Then when it gets down the line, hopefully they be in a position we can talk about it. And until that, like Richard said, it's a week to week deal. Go out here, handle your business, win the game, and it's on to the next one. That's it.
There you go.
Sam Darnold going to be in the MVP conversation today. Yeah, most vulnerable Panther.
I love it.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I love it, though, bro.
Whatever you smoking, man, send that up my way, man. I need that Sam Darnold pack. For real. I need that.
Man.
Yeah, you that high. But, so I want to mirror the sentiment again with this podcast. It's not going to be no fly-by-night, overzealous predictions and commentary because it's enough of that already. And and that's how we talk Cowboys football in our sports spaces that we're in. We don't do that, man. And we're not going to do that on this podcast. I hope y'all respect it for that because that's not what we're here for. We're here to share our perspective from 3 diehard fans, one of which who's covered sports on a professional level. And this is what we're going to bring every week. So y'all, please, before you head out, hit the like on the stream. It does help out a lot. Gives people noticing what we've done today. Yep. Because we're going to do this every week. Don't hit that thumbs up, man, because we're going to do this every week. And so we're going to be consistent. So, and then, it's going to come again. We're going to have some NFL players on here, too. So it ain't just us talking shit. You're going to hear from people who done it, man. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate you, Rich. Appreciate you, D. Brown. And till next time, you got anything else?
How about them Cowboys?
How about them damn Cowboys? All right, perfect.
All right, man.
Take us
Shout out
home.
to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon.